What's going on, guys? Welcome to Sonic Sounds, and today we are going to talk about InstaComposer. Now, InstaComposer is a plugin that you pretty much load up in your DAW as a MIDI effect, and then it creates a pad layer, a chord layer, a melody, bass, and a few other layers, and you can pretty much just randomly generate things and come up with a composition or a melody idea if you feel stuck. Now, this kind of touches on what Scalar 2 does, and if you haven't seen that video, you can check in the cards right here, but let's jump into InstaComposer and see what it can do. All right, so this is InstaComposer. You can see there are many things going on. Now there are 5 channels and it does generate everything on a different MIDI channel, which is pretty dope. So if you have a plugin like Contact or Omnisphere, you can load up 5 different instruments and use this as a MIDI effect right there. Now you can change what you want this to do, whether it's a riff, melody, bass, pad, chord. Now it already comes with the basic melody, rhythm, bass, pad, and chord. So you have your basic things right then and there. You can change the key right here, and then you can change the scale right here. Super simple. And then you can just hit go and it will generate whatever you choose. Now, if I only have one selected right here, if I do all, it will create a melody for all. So what I'm going to do is actually go and change this to about 150. Now that I have Contact loaded up, what I'm going to do is go to InstaComposer. Now I know the first instance right here is for a melody. So I am just going to open up a pluck type of a sound. I'm going to go right here in my database and just search for pluck right here and see what that sounds like. Now what you do have to do is tell it to start and stop with the host playback. Now that's pretty cool. I do want to change it, so I'm going to go. Now if I want to change the velocity, the timing of it, I can do all of that right here. Now I'm going to bring it down an octave, so I'm just going -1. Now let's change that to 127. All right, so now what I'm going to do is hit Control, Shift, and Enter and create a next MIDI track. So what it's going to do is it's going to create Contact, but it's going to play the second channel. Now I know in InstaComposer, the second one is more rhythm. So I kind of want a guitar type of a sound. So let's just go for a guitar sound. Picked nylon and just bring it right here. Now that's going to load up in the second channel. Okay, interesting. I don't want that. So let's go ahead and hit random again for 2. Now let's say there are notes I don't like. I can always just double click on it and I can remove the notes I don't want. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go back to the original. You just click here, viewer, editor, and you can go back and forth. Now, I don't like the first sound that's loaded. I do like the guitar sound. So for the first sound, what I'm going to do is just go to Trap Mafia and see if there's like a key sound that I can load in right there. Okay, I do like that. Now let's go and load up a bass right from this. Let's go to for an 808 sub and let's see what that sounds like. Now let's expand this and I'm going to do Control Shift Enter and create a new instrument and let's see what this sounds like. Okay, clearly not what I wanted, so I'm going to go right here, click 3 and hit a random generation. All right, so I'm not really too thrilled about the bass that it's going to create here. So what I'm just going to do is create a pad right here, and then I'm going to mute the last. Well, let's do pad and then chord right here, and then I'll just mute the last one. Let's go and choose a pad right here. Yes, and let's see what this sounds like. All right, I'm going to bump it up an octave right here. I'm going to randomly generate it. And next one is chords. We'll bring analog strings in and then we will go ahead and choose a pad type of a sound. All right, so we have a melodic idea. So now what we want to do is we want to drag it in right here. So what you're going to do is you're just going to click here, drag, and you will drag that over right here. Now that the MIDI channels are imported, I know we're going to ignore the last one because we're not using that. So right now we're going to do don't start and stop. So one thing I did notice, if you have the plugin engaged and you have the MIDI tracks, it kind of does this loop. So I always disable it once I bring it in. Now you have an option to just Control B and bounce all of these as a single bounce. Now what I like doing is I like adding sound shifter by waves, and then I like messing with the pitch of this. So let's bring this from C to A major. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4 steps down. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is in A major. All right, I like that. So now let's add a drum designer right here and just program a beat right here. What we're gonna do is just create a simple pattern right here. All right, so let's do some hi-hat patterns right here. Now let's go and add a 808 right here. So I have some 808s that I have kind of saved. So I know it's in A major. So what we're going to do, this is also my favorite trick. You bring your drum pattern, you say convert to MIDI region, and then you take out everything that is not your kick. So now you have an 808 pattern pretty much ready. Bring it down to where you want it. So that was InstaComposer. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments and what your thoughts on it are. If you are interested in trying it, I'm going to leave a link in the description. You can go and try it and then buy it if you find it interesting enough. Now it is on sale for 30 bucks. That's a steal. And if you're specifically struggling with creating melodies and creating chords, or not sure where the ideas are going to come from and you feel stuck, this is a good tool to have. And Scalar 2 is also amazing if you are interested in that. I'll leave a link to that video in the description below as well. I'd also love to know if there are any other MIDI generating tools that you guys use that you find helpful. Let me know what those are as well. Once again, thanks for tuning in. This is Soniq Sounds, and if you like the content, make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe. Once again, at 5,000 subscribers, I am giving away a condenser microphone, so make sure to stay tuned. And if you like the music you hear on this channel and you want to hear full-fledged beats, there is another channel called Soniq Sounds Beats. You can go and check that out as well. Keep making some dope music. I'll see you at the next one.